Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Life by the Slice, where we are taking life. I need to get my own damn slogan and motto. I need to get my own shit right. But thank you for coming back to Life by the Slice, where we are taking life one slice at a time. And so sorry about that cutout of last video. My camera is like trifling as hell. It's not my fault. No, I'm just kidding. But let's just get right back to the point of this first video, which I will title I Relapsed. And don't get me wrong, within the last few days I am coming back. I'm coming more into my senses, and I'm back strong now. That's all I can say, and I promise you guys that I am back strong. This wasn't a decision that I made that was me going back to drinking. Hell no, because we are going to get into a couple of things and kind of some of the consequences that I've had to deal with since relapsing, and it's only been 3 days. But let's get back into it, where I'm going to pick up where I left off, where I was talking about what led me to relapse. And and I'm going to keep it clear, what led me to relapse was, like I spoke about in the last video before everything cut out, it was addictive behavior. And picking up where I left off, I was pretty much woken up in the morning, early in the morning, based off something, like I said, I'm not proud of, something that I had done, something that I had said, and it pretty much came back to bite me in my ass. And when I was woken up and when I was called out about this situation, I was so petrified and so what I mentioned about shame. And in my time in Terrace House, which is the rehabilitations, what the hell, the rehab that I spent 40 days in, that was where I learned a lot of healing and lifting a lot of that shame off of myself. And within the last almost 6 months, a lot of my recovery stems from me. A lot of the strength in my recovery stems from me becoming more confident and a clearer sense of thinking, and not trying to hide behind a poison to be lit or popping or whatever the fuck everybody's saying these days. But all of that, and it was getting to the core and really learning to live again. And that's something I never really did, because I spent shit from about 16 to almost 28 an alcoholic. I spent a lot of my formative years sick. And though it's easier for me to talk about, it's all traumatic in hindsight. But anyways, back to this story about relapse. I was woken up to that news, and I knew from the first 15 minutes of me waking up, I knew I was going to relapse. I had already said fuck it. And for some people who are maybe new to just this story of recovery, and some people who aren't, you'll know, relapse doesn't start when you put whatever it is, your drug of choice, It doesn't start when you put that to your mouth or when you put that needle in your arm. It starts when you altogether say fuck it. And those 6 months leading up till now, I was always scared as into like, shit, I'm doing so great in my recovery. What is it gonna be like? I hope it never happens and I pray it never happens, but I had said to myself, if I relapse, what are gonna be the circumstances or the situations or events or things that happen that make me feel like I have to resort back to something that's destroyed my life so long? What's gonna make me feel like I don't give a fuck about any of it? What's gonna make me feel so dark? What's gonna make me feel so justified and so lost to make me drink again? And to be honest, yeah, I go back to addictive behavior. I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be fucking doing. And I hurt someone very, very special to me. And I believe you, and if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. Seeing them cry was the straw that broke the camel's back. And that shame that I felt was just unbearable. He left for work 20 minutes after, just all of that. After waking me up, of course. And being upset. And I remember this is around 5 in the morning now. I remember trying to go back to sleep, but feeling so much shame and feeling so petrified, and my anxiety was out the fucking roof. There was nothing anybody could tell me. I had already decided that I was going to relapse. So shout out to my friends at Vulcan Mini Mart, Tonawanda and Vulcan. By the time I got to the store, it was about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. And I had already relapsed. I had already decided this is what the fuck was gonna happen. I'm gonna relapse. And it took about 4 people trying to stop me from buying this beer. Like I'm upset with myself. Yeah. I'm more upset watching people like I'm more upset seeing people hurt. I don't want anybody to feel bad for me. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. But in the face of relapsing and just knowing that I was gonna do what I was gonna do, I'm just telling them that there's nothing you can do. This is a battle between me and myself, but unfortunately that battle between me and myself isn't just about myself. Though these last 6 months I did that shit. I'm not trying to sound cocky. I did that. But all of the support and all of the love from everybody is what carried me here, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm not grateful or that I'm not appreciative, because I am. I am. But anyways, so I got my beer, went home, and I just jumped right in. But to be honest with you guys, it felt like after all of this time and changing so much, it felt like it felt like I was digging up a dead body of somebody that I had already killed, and like, it felt like I was trying to use an old person, a dead person,